Is it cute?
Right, hello there, everyone. Wait there, why am I not flexing the arms? You know what I mean, chat. Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to James Redmond TV, and welcome to another live stream from the most consistent YouTuber that ever exists, because it's not like it's been 7 days since I last done a live stream at all. And yeah, I am the best YouTuber in the world, and yes, nobody can touch my level in some degrees. But anyway, thank you for tuning in, for those who have tuned in, and welcome back. And this is the first of many consistent and regular live streams. Things that haven't changed: the backgrounds. I intended to change the background. I haven't changed the background. I intended to get a trim quite a while ago. Haven't got a trim, so you can see Hamez is being rather unproductive. Don't be like Hamez. And Hamez needs to improve. Hamez will improve, but let's not procrastinate. Let's only perform. But anyway, smash a like. We've actually got like some juicy things to talk about as well, chat. I'm not gonna lie to you, because it's been a while. And like, oh, chat, can I say one honest statement? I am 10% more of a Nunes sexual than what I was prior to Newcastle, right? So I am 10% more a Nunes sexual. Does that mean I am now still majority Nunes sexual? No. But I am 10% more. And that's productive, because that means there's this willingness to change if he proves us wrong. So it shows that I didn't have an agenda the whole time. Only time will tell. We'll find out. But anyway, Nunes isn't what we're talking about. Chat, I'm going to say hello to you first. I'm going to read some of your comments, and then I'm going to get into the Henderson stuff. We'll let people get in the stream. We'll speak about Salah, which is great, because I think we've all seen the consensus that he's going to stay. So that's fantastic. Henderson's the big topic that I want to get into, but we won't do that yet, because Henderson's being a divvy, in my opinion. Let me say hello to you guys. Big up to Diego C. Palace, my favourite Crystal Palace fan, by the way. It's not even close. This dude's amazing. And this is his one comment throughout the whole entire streams. Please hit a like as you enter the stream. Like, he's just always encouraging people to smash the like. And I love that dude for it, because he's just here to support the stream in a way that it like moderates the chat. James, the other day, I said Salah was going nowhere. Well, you, my friend, are a great dude. You are a mind reader and a future predictor, sir. Big up to you. Big up to you. And seriously, I'm not even being sarcastic there. I had a feeling he weren't going to go. I was just fearful of the fact that there was no direct turn down. But I never said that was going to result in him leaving. I actually predicted that he weren't going to go as well. Just not you, but like in case anyone thought I was trying to say he was going to go. Big up to Sam as well. He's my dude. Always saying that I'm hot on every single comment that he makes. You know what I mean? It's not like I've been begging for a stream. I was calling your consistent as well. Not angry, just disappointed. Ooh, chat, is that a W or an L from a Sam? Is that a W or an L from Sam right there? Because, you know, like where it's like a dagger right into me scouse little heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not from Birkenhead, lad. Like, they can probably take it like as if it doesn't exist. Me, bro, I'm from mean streets. I'm from Purple Binland. So that hit home, you know, the disappointed bit. No, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying there, Sam. You've made me think about myself. You've made me question my entire life decisions right now. But yeah, let me carry on with the comments. You been on the green again, fella? No, I have not. I have been a good boy, and I've just had like an hour and a half stream at Ranton. Streaming is very tired or tiring, but I made a promise that I was going to stream. I'm also live with Hussam after this video at 11:15, so that'll be great. All right, Hamez, I forgot you were still on this earth. I left for a little bit. I have the ability to do that shit, you know what I mean? Just went to Mars, chilled, boss. Spoke to a few guys there, and then came back and realised that I've got to make this world a better place with the grace of YouTube. Do you get what I'm saying? Big up to Esther. Missed you, lad. Missed you more, Esther. Thank you for the super chat. Big up yourself. I hope you're well, Esther. Know what I mean? Esther, you've been on this channel for a long ass time, girl. Know what I'm saying? Big up yourself. You've been in this chat for 2 years, three years. You've been an all-timer. Big up yourself. Teach, big up James. Gakpo playing for the Netherlands tonight with a goal. Jeez, has he scored yet? I didn't even know there was international footy. Big up to a man like Cody, maintaining the standards in the duration of international duty, which is great to see. The European lad on Twitter praising how his levels has improved since joining Liverpool. He really does come across like a well-rounded player, Gakpo. And I think when it comes to the all-round system, he's going to be so beneficial. He'll probably help us miss Firmino a little bit less. Not that you can completely not miss Firmino, because Firmino's that guy and he is the dude. But nah, Gakpo, I think he has potential, man. I think he's got that. I think he feels comfortable. I think Liverpool was always the perfect place for him. And I think he chose Liverpool opposed to United, for instance, because, he just felt that it was going to be better for his trajectory and whatnot. Hamez, would you have taken 200 plus million for Salah? My final conclusion on that would have been I would have considered it, but the context matters, and I get it. Like, if you turn that down, I completely get it. If you accept it, I also completely get it. Would have it made us slightly worse? Probably. But do I also have the belief in Klopp to be able to maximise the system to a point where he can at least divert the goals around the pitch? Because Salah did go from an 18-goal-a-season player at Roma to what, like, I think it was 35 or 40 goals in his first season. For us, at least. So that's huge. And that's because of system, and that's because of how good Klopp is. He brings the best out of players. So I have faith that Klopp, if he was to lose his main outlet, he was going to make someone else that outlet. You know what I'm saying? But it still would have been a massive loss and a big risk. But it is sometimes money you can't turn down. But then I think we can get that next summer. Like, if we were willing to sell next summer and we were open to it, let's say Salah's got a little bit worse and they offer 200 million again, I think we're having different conversations. Like, maybe, like I don't think it was just this summer or bust. They're going to always look to get Salah. That's how it is. But I'm happy Salah's staying. Let me get that clear to all the Salah sexuals who hate. Like, I will say a sentence like I just said about Salah, right? And people will comment saying, James, you hate Salah. I'm thinking, I love Salah more than you. I love him more than you. He's my guy. He's literally like the third top goal scorer. Wait there, fourth or fifth. I don't know. He's a legend. Fucking wild bastards. He's literally like the biggest contributor to why we've won shit. Did you know Salah has contributed to 25% of the goals that we've scored, which is wild. And I think that the other stat was like 38% or 42% is goal contributions. Isn't that crazy, chat? Don't you think that's wild? But do smash those likes. Do subscribe. I am just intending. Big up to Wisdom. I see you, Wisdom. Don't think I don't see you. I was there just to mainly catch up with you fools. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, obviously, I haven't seen this for time. But I do want to get into some Hendo news, some Hendo discussion, mate. So let's break it down before I share the screen. Henderson came out with The Athletic and he did an interview with them. And I'm just saying, like, it weren't really good what I seen. And I've spoke about this on other channels, but this is the first time I'm speaking about it on this channel. And I will be honest, I was very disappointed with Henderson. And it did show me that from was this him or was this someone telling him what to say? It sounded like the latter. But then I wouldn't be surprised if it was the first as well. Reason being that just because the words came out the way they did, he can just be a dumb guy. And he has proven that some of his points are just, they're invalid, they don't make sense, they don't add up. So we'll talk about it and let me know your opinions as well in the comments and all that juicy stuff. But the point I was looking for is that this was obviously the interview and whatnot, but this was the quote that I wanted to look at first and foremost. I saw Jurgen and said a few days ago that he's really happy with the transfer window and he loves his team. This tells you the players that left, he probably wanted to go, and he probably wanted to go. So the players who left, he probably wanted to go, and the players who have come in, he probably wanted to sign. So that's just basic 2 points, like 101 PR classic, like just sitting on the edge opinions, which is fine. But this weren't the only quote out of the whole interview, right? The other quotes was stuff like about his wage and why he joined Saudi and what was the incentive. And along the lines, so the first point on that one, that's wrong. The reason why that's wrong, because if I just show my screen once more so you can see that quote and just so you understand what I'm talking about. So let me just go bam, bam, bam. Boom, you can barely see me, but you can see the quote again. He's saying at the bottom sentence right there, this tells you players that left, he probably wanted to sign. He probably wanted to go, and the players that came in, he probably wanted to sign. Now, that's bollocks, because we also know James Milner came out on the last day of the season and said, I didn't want to go. And then, we all know the story. Klopp wanted them to stay as well. So that's an example of that's not the case. And Henderson's point was he would have stayed at Liverpool if somebody at the club offered him that or wanted him to stay. So the expectation really was like, and should this be with every transfer, where unless we're saying to the player every season, like, you're the guy, like, we've got to consult you on your position. Like, is your contract that you had 2 years remaining on not enough to say that you've got a position at this football club if you really wanted to stay? Because what I'm analysing here, it's not to shit on Hendo, it's to analyse the transparency and how sincere or insincere is he being. And I think he's being very disingenuous when it comes to this matter. So that's the first disingenuous point. I don't think it was a case no one wanted to keep him, because that was kind of the narrative he was trying to play. I think the case and the problem was that he saw a big offer from Saudi, and before we even received a bid for Henderson, he already accepted the offer. Now that's a problem, because already he's accepted something that we haven't accepted. So you accepted before us. Do you get what I'm saying? And Klopp defo never said you weren't a part of my plans. I just don't think Klopp would have had that conversation. Maybe he'd have came out and said you might not be as much of a first teamer. But now that's a difference. It's like now you're saying you want first team football, but then you're coming out and saying that nobody had a position for you at the club. It's like, no, you definitely had a place at the club. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Klopp wanted Henderson to go. But he made the choice. The next thing that he says is that I didn't go to Saudi for money. It's like, come on, Henderson. It's like, what else are you going there for? Do you get what I'm saying? I never want to question someone's morals or anything, because, you know, moral absolutes are very, very small. And in football, it can be very subjective. And I don't think he's done anything crazily wrong. Even on like a campaign basis, he's going there to play football. He's not going there to upset a group of people. So for me, that's why I'd sit there and give Hendo a little bit of leeway on that point. But on the money thing, come on, chat. Let's not Are you trying to bullshit me or yourself, Hendo? Because fuck me, you're getting 350 to 700k there. Let's just be sincere and say that money was a factor. Just say it was an incentive. Help yourself is what I'm saying. Don't try and turn on don't get the fan base to turn on you just because you need to clear your name with all these things that you've been attached to with LGBTQ and stuff like that. And I just think it's a big problem when he's coming out and just quite clearly not being sincere. Money is definitely a factor. Otherwise, why else are you going to Saudi? You can still say that it's a good project and it's a fun thing. Just don't say money is not a factor. I think that's a bit bollocks. And because, he was asked about if he's getting paid 700k a week and stuff like that, he said no. And I think it's more estimated around 350k a week, which is still insane money. But that's a factor why he went, is the point that I'm saying. So that's just another thing to disprove. So now that's three things that just don't make sense to me. It doesn't align and the quotes don't add up. And the reason why that's upsetting is because Henderson is a legend, and he is somebody who was, some people would say the greatest ever captain. I disagree, but he's certainly up there. He's a great guy. But I just wish he handled this better. And I think he's probably even tarnished his connection with the fans a little bit. Not to a heavy degree. He's still going to get clapped when he comes back to Anfield. Pause. That sounded quite mad, didn't he? He's going to get clapped. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to get applauded. You know what I'm saying? Come on, chat, you dirty minds. It feels always that just me being dirty minded. I do that sometimes, chat, where I'm like, actually, are you thinking what I'm thinking? And did you hear why that sounded wrong? We'll learn all in due course. I've been off for 7 days. Give me a friggin' break. Defo, give me your opinions. Mike Dares, fam. He says, James, we are challenging this season. I am convinced to my fucking core. Minus the fucking core. I see it in the stars. My mind is made up. Oh, okay, Mike Dares. I thought you might have had an opinion on Henderson there. We will definitely talk about our title hopes. 3 wins, 1 draw. It's looked productive so far, man. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's looked nice. No, it's just Hendo trying to justify his coincidence. He left for the big bucks, and I would respect him more if he just said it instead of being a pussy. Bro, that's my thing. Just transparency. Do you get what I'm saying? Honesty, brutal honesty. Like, yeah, why didn't I stream the past few days? Because I'm a bit lazy. Because I'm a bit of a lazy bastard. But I wouldn't encourage you to be lazy. But I'm being honest. And I'd encourage you to be honest. So, you know what I mean? And I know that he's got to be a bit of a PR merchant. The one that I just realised, like, he's chatting bollocks is the money. Chat, WRL, come on. Like, you're telling me it was no incentive, the fact that we were getting paid high cash. Like, he said that the money had to make sense, obviously, but it's like, that was a big reason why you've went there. Let's just not take the piss, because what's the other incentive? You don't speak Arabic, you know what I'm saying? Klopp stuck his neck out to give Henderson the extension when he sucked, and then he jumped Saudi, telling Klopp to take the piss. He did it himself. It was the Klopp comments for me as well. I'm thinking, how are you going to sit there and suggest he just didn't want you at the club? Are you crazy? Like, that guy fought for you. That guy died for you. He was your dad, and now you've gone over to, you think your dad is in Steven Gerrard because he offered the big bucks, you know what I mean? The stepdad with money. Nah, Henderson just handled that wrong. Low James got to slap a pause, but in it, you hear me though. In it, you hear me. You hear what I'm saying? Now that was a mad comment though. Clapped. James, thoughts on Gravenberch rejecting the Dutch under-21s to stay and work at Liverpool for the new season? It absolutely raises my emotions to a good level, like a good positive level. I like that shit. Me gusta. I definitely get energy during the day off that type of shit. You know what I mean? People who are just fully committed to the club and they want to get right in. Me gusta. Seems like a good mentality, and mentality is something that's being questioned by him. Interesting. James, we are winning the league. Oh my goodness, chat, yous are being winning the league sexuals. Chat WRL, are we winning the league? WRL. In my opinion, I think it's still too soon. But chat, we might even be low-key in a title race. No, I'm not even chatting shit. 3 wins, 1 draw against Chelsea, and the 3 teams we beat besides Bournemouth. Very respectable opposition. And I think Bournemouth have had a good window, you know what I mean? But just need time to gel, so I think we got them at a good time. The way you're all saying, wait there, am I being shameless? Am I being shameless? Chat. Did you ever hear of a quote where it was like, I dreamed a dream? Who was that again? Was that Nelson Mandela? I dreamed a dream. Nah, it weren't Nelson Mandela. Who's the guy? Who was the guy? Was it Nelson Mandela? It weren't Nelson Mandela. It was Nelson Mandela. Oh, I'm getting confused, chat. But either way, I dream a dream that even though we have a awfully low count of centre-backs, like, honestly, mate, I don't know how we've got this many centre-backs. Like, but you know what, though? To give a little bit of praise and respect on there, Nick. Martin Luther King, yeah, nah, you're right, actually, it's Martin Luther. Nah, shout out to a man like Martin. Shout out to a man like Martin. He did bits, bro, you know what I'm saying? But nah, that was a donut moment from me. Hamez wasn't elite when it came to history. As much as I tried, it was an A for effort type idea, but nah, Martin, big up to Martin. No, yeah, so this is the score, right? What was I saying there, Chuck? Can you remind me? I forget sometimes, you know what I'm saying? This is why I'm bad with YouTube. I'm there like making a point and then it goes away. What was we talking about there? Stop laughing at me, chat. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't even mean it. Come on. Right. I'm trying to let it come back to me. Dreaming about the Prem, that was it. That was right. I was dreaming about the Prem. We were talking about Premier League conversations. That's where I struggle because there's things that say obviously oppose it, but then you see Gomez have like a decent performance and like Matip, and you think like if you can just do this 20 more times throughout the season, like we might have a good chance with used to as our backups. But then you're going off optimistic thinking, and you're still leaving a risk for things to go wrong. And that's why I think just one centre back would have been productive, especially with the fact we let Nat Phillips go as well. And I do like Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa seems like a top player. Someone in the comments came in. Big up to Random Shorts, by the way. But yeah, someone in the comments came in and was saying, James, Kwanzaa's the future. You might be right. He looks like he's got the attributes. He looks like he reads the game well. Another Dutch guy, which is, I love the fact we're building a little Dutch fucking core through the team. And hopefully he can fulfill that potential. He certainly has the attributes too. But to rely on him, the same way I think it's a bit to rely on Besiktas as the backup with little experience is tough for me, you know what I'm saying? I think it's good to go and get quality who can be a certified backup if someone is to get injured, because do I want Besiktas starting right now? No. And if someone gets injured, does Besiktas start? It's likely, and that's not a fun likelihood, especially if it was in the 6th, but he's still a quality youngster. Same with Kwanzaa. Not even a doubt. Are we winning? Are we dreaming about winning the Europa? Yeah, we have a right to dream about Europa, 100%. Not even a doubt. That's why I sit there sometimes as well, and I think like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, how the fuck have we just got into the Europa League and we're like, can we win the Europa? And then we're saying we're going to win the Premier League as well. It's too soon conversations, in my opinion, but it's possible, and that's always fun. And we've had a good start. We haven't dropped too many points. Why not? But I think City are going to be too good. I've been rejecting the idea that Konate is injury prone for the past 2 years, but I might have to agree. At this point, actually so sad. It is sad because it now means you need to try and get that other long-term partner, and no one is reliable enough to be that long-term partner with Konate, or like Virgil's going to be gone soon. So now that's 2 centre-backs who, Konate is only so good the same way Daniel Agger was only so good if he's available. You've got to have the availability. You know what I'm saying? Shit, is he not Dutch? Where is he from? Where's Kwanzaa from? Is he English? Why did I think he was Dutch? Is he from Warrington? Yeah. Nah, you're messing. Why did I think he was Dutch? Oh my day! I genuinely, with all my heart, thought Kwanzaa was Dutch. That is so funny that he's from Warrington. That is unbelievable information right there. That is fantastic. I appreciate that from you guys. We are not gonna win the league, Europa 2, maybe 2 domestic cups. That would be a great season. I'd take that treble. You get what I'm saying? I'm not turning down any trebles right now. Not a chance. Yeah, I'd take that all day. Not even a question. It's been an amazing start to the season. Defensively, we've looked good. Going forwards, we've looked improved. And I like that. I like the fact that we can improve. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Jason. He says, best thing I've seen about Liverpool this year is Klopp's energy and morale is clearly elevated. Do you know why I think this is? And it was something he weren't going to rip off himself. It's like when you're holding on to that old car and you love it so much and you've got so many experiences, sentiments, and it's guaranteed to do what you need. But that is what's stopping you from getting something that's better and getting something that's more beneficial. And I think Klopp had that same problem with his players. Just letting go was too much. And now that he's got a bunch of young blood in the team, I just think that's gave him a new lease of life. It's gave him that sort of father figure. Now there's new people to mould and create and elevate and improve. Whereas before, the players had bounced off the ceiling and was now physically declining. So that's why I think there's now that new project aspect at Liverpool, which is exciting, man. And it's why I want the players to go, because it forces change. Because Fabinho and Henderson could have been good in the short term, but long term, they were never going to be good. Let's go and get someone who's going to be long term beneficial. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'd have rather seen Bajcetic play over Fabinho in the short term, just with the way they were both performing. But not that I think, Bajcetic is better or can become as good as Fabinho, but he's certainly got potential. And you've got to think about the future. We are challenging for the title, and Darwin is getting the 30 GA in the Prem. If that happens, that would be incredible. That would genuinely be incredible. I'd love to see it. Klopp is like that guy who likes his ex, but he found a new sweet one. Klopp's A1 plan is top 2 behind Pep. Great reading, James. No, you're right. I think that's a good assessment right there. Big up to Duhruv. He says, the only team to have a proper challenge to City is ourselves. I don't believe the Arsenal hype train. I do ask the question, can we be as good as Arsenal this season? And the answer is yes. But then I ask the question, can we be as good as City? And I don't think so. But I do get encouraged to see teams like United and stuff falling on. It just means there's more points for us to collect when we go to Old Trafford and we play them at Anfield. But yeah, in the main, I do sit there and I think, well, maybe you're right. Maybe we are the most likely team. But then just because you're the most likely team behind City doesn't mean you're going to be anywhere close to them, which is the biggest shame, which is annoying. Big up to Being Good Livestream. Big up to you, Steve. I appreciate it. We'll be live for roughly like 20 more minutes, something like that. Big up to the guy. Sorry, you're speaking to someone in the chat. Big up to Esther. Which area in Liverpool? Which area is Liverpool's weakness, James? Midfield seems to be fixed now. Yeah, I think that's a good assessment. If you think the midfield's fixed, I think that's definitely good. It's better. It's better. Is it perfect? Now we've got to define fixed, you know what I mean? But is it certainly more repaired than what it was before? Definitely. Like I said, that's why Henderson and Fabinho needed to go. There was complacency there and just seemed to be a lack of want, a lack of fight, you get what I'm saying? And just a lack of quality all around with the growing in age and whatnot, where it is now you've got quality. You've got nothing but quality. Like McAllister, quality, Soberslide certified, you get what I'm saying? Like, these players are no jokes, and it's why I respect them to a big degree. And it's why I'm happy that we've made those changes. That was certainly required. There was required changes. So the midfield is definitely one of our stronger points. I think it's stronger than the back line. The back line, systematically and ins and outs, needed to have been more addressed for me. I think just one more centre-back. I really do. Just one more centre-back was being shouted the whole summer by the fans. And it just didn't end up happening, unfortunately. I'm really optimistic for the season, seeing how we are playing. Sobbo and McAllister have completely changed our game. I think you're right. It's such a different dynamic with them in the midfield. Even McAllister in possession, his ball retention is great. His press resistance is just as good. And he's just a well-rounded player overall. That's what I like about McAllister. I like technically sound players who have got a mental incentive. Genie was one of those players, you know what I'm saying? He made the midfield tick. That midfield was so much more quality. Think about it. That midfield was so much more quality when Genie was in there, because he didn't just have the ability, but he had the availability and he had the technical ability, which is something that Fabinho and Henderson didn't have as much. The ball progression aspect, Genie was perfect for it. Thiago is also someone who's good at it, but he just hasn't been able to play consistently. Now we've got 2 ball progressors and 2 people who are pressure resistant, which is just honestly fantastic. Like, couldn't be happier with that. So I agree, call me Pappy. I absolutely agree with you, sir. Henderson saw us all dreaming over Sobbo and tried to get the attention back on himself. Chat, why do you actually think Henderson came out with that interview? And just why do you think he worded it like that? Do you think, did he really sit there and think this is going to go down well? Like, people are going to agree with the narrative that the club didn't want to keep me. Come on, let's not be fucking stupid. I am not missing his backward passes and rosette volleys. Bro, Henderson was doing that way too frequently. It's not to disrespect Henderson, but he did do that way too frequently at times in his Liverpool career. And some of those times came at the end, and I thought it was the end. I was buzzing for him when he got a big money move. I think it's a massive overachievement for a player of his quality to have won everything in the game and then get to retire as one of the richest British players in the world. Fucking amazing. Like, of all time, even. Like, he is the guy, and what takes brownie points away, not that it matters if you are high in James's brownie points book, you get what I'm saying, but I respected Henderson a lot before, whereas now I don't, because I can see that he's not being 100% transparent, or the words that he's used just don't add up at all. He might have meant something completely different to what he said, but what those words say can be interpreted in nothing but bad ways, in my opinion. Big up to Lawazi. He says, Mo isn't bigger than the club. Fan base moving mad. I hear what you're saying. But I also hear what the fan base is saying. I think that with Mo Salah and his quality, it's hard to replace. But then I also think they have a lack of faith in Jurgen Klopp's ability to change this team on a systematic point of view. And I think if you have a lack of faith in the manager, that's a problem. I think if Salah goes, okay, it could make us a little bit worse. It could cause us a few less goals. But I have faith the manager can create a system which now spreads out the goals a little bit more. I know it's not as easy as that, but I do have faith Klopp could do it. And I do think we have quality goal scorers there. It wouldn't have been the worst thing. But I'm happy he's staying. I'm buzzing that he's staying. You have a superstar factor with Salah there, you know what I mean? You really do have one of the best players who's ever graced the league. That for me is like, with the fact that he's still contributing, he's contributed in 10 consecutive games. Yeah, I think he's done enough to warrant a place still. James, remember this season, FSG only spent around 100 million net spend this window. Get these Muppets out the club. Bang on, brother. Bang on. Obviously, we remain strong on the FSG stance, regardless if we're talking about it or not. Honesty, Hortensia says, my problem with the Hendo situation is the lies. Fuck the hypocrisy. He didn't think Klopp, who made him a club legend, and lying about not going for money. Let's just be honest. Facts, bro. Me and you were on the same page. We agree with this 1,000,000,000%. And I'm sitting there thinking, chat, like, I just, just don't lie to me. It's like when like a family member's lying to you or a friend's lying to you. It puts you off them a little bit. Not that you don't love them no more. You just say, like, that's not right to do it. You know what I mean? Just be honest with me. You don't need to patronize me in any way. I think that's a bang-on assessment. Say Oswald Fortitude. Our players are wanted by Saudi clubs. Man United players are wanted by the police. I was thinking, where is this going? Nah, it's looking bad on Anthony right now. Anthony's looking, it seems like Greenwood was able to bus it, but it's just one of those things where it's like, how the fuck does that even happen? If you want to be taken seriously as a top club, you don't just sell your best player willy-nilly. This is about a perception too. I hear what you're saying, Michael Fox. I think it's bang on. Like, for me, we have been happy or sustainable with a top 14 for quite a while. Do you get what I'm saying? But I just don't think that we show that ambition. I don't think we've shown those signs of like wanting to be a challenging club. Just based on a transfer front, and the Liverpool fans like massively agree with this. I think there's a degree where we were happy with Gravenberch, but there was still like an underwhelming aspect of the window. Does that make sense? So I agree with you. But chat, do smash a like, do subscribe. We talked about the Salah situation. Hendo answered a few comments. Only a short stream, but we're going to be doing more in the future as well. And tomorrow morning, normal streams are back and resuming as cultural discourse. You know what I'm saying? But big up to everyone who tunes in. Massive support from everyone as always, and I appreciate you all, honestly. And as always, Jesus loves you, all that good stuff. And I love you more as well. But in the meantime, I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good night and see you in a bit. JP.